So on Valentine's Day in 2015, I decided the day had come for me to come out. I was terrified to do it in person, so I did it on Facebook. And the amount of support that I received from people was incredible.
I came out to my friends a lot earlier than I came out to any of my family, and that went incredibly well. Came out to my parents when I think I was about 15.
I came out to my brother and sister first. I told them that I had a boyfriend, and I didn't really want to have to get them to keep a secret from my parents. So once I had my first boyfriend, I told my parents straight away that I liked guys and I liked girls. And they took it really, really well because they're really supportive and they're quite frankly awesome. My mum was like, I knew it.
I think it was a conversation my wife and I had, and we were just talking about general things, and I said that I felt this way, and she was very open to it. You know, it hasn't changed who we are. We're still happily married. We've got 2 children. I think this is a common misconception, is that you could be in a heterosexual relationship, but still be bi or pan or whatever. It doesn't change who you are.
Coming out in my personal life, I came out using a number of different methods. I came out verbally. I used letters. I remember once doing a drawing when I was questioning sexuality. I even wrote a song at one point. I came out using every single method that you could think of.
I didn't have a particularly dramatic coming out story. I came out to some close friends, most of my friends, then work colleagues, then my family. It is interesting though that the last place I came out was in Scouting.
I first came out as bisexual because I was still attracted to girls at that point. And I believe that sexuality is a journey. So I first came out as bisexual in 2015, and then as I progressed further in about 2017, I came out as gay. I was supported immensely by everyone around me.
I told my parents about 2 years ago, but my siblings know, my friends know. It's just part of who I am.
In terms of my friends, it just sort of like, I didn't need to come out as such. It was just I like guys and girls.
You know, I don't think it's been a shock to anyone who knows me that I'm not straight. There are some people who've been part of the conversation, some people have just come to a gradual realisation. There hasn't been this big, way! It's just been a gradual thing.
Sharing my sexuality and gender identity in Scouting is probably the main reason I am so confident and secure in it today. Scouting really allowed me to explore what my gender and sexuality meant to me in a safe space, because I didn't have to pretend to be someone else. I could be myself and, kind of use the space to, think and be like, how would I be most comfortable existing in this safe space? And I think that's why Scouting was so important in my coming out process and my discovery of myself.
When I first came out in Scouting, when I became a leader when I was 18, was possibly the worst experience of my life. It was met with a great deal of homophobia, and it was not dealt with positively at all. However, when I was 19, 20, I moved down to Brighton and I joined a completely different group. I joined the 6th Brighton, and they were beyond welcoming. Like it just wasn't an issue. And since then, I've kind of found my place. I joined Flags and then became part of the Flags management team, and have surrounded myself with groups that don't have an issue with it.
For me personally, it's never been a negative experience, but kind of 20 years ago, when I was first coming out, I certainly was aware sometimes of homophobic jokes and banter, and that kind of did put me off coming out.
I think there are still some people within Scouting who perhaps have very homophobic viewpoints. However, that's becoming less and less as time moves forward.
If anything, I always say to people, Scouting's the reason I'm here today. Scouting is what gave me confidence in the first place. Coming out at the same time as being like a really anxious teenager is difficult in itself, but when you have got the Scouting network behind you, and your leaders and your other scouts who are there to just support you and to just be there and just see you as another person, I have a lot to thank Scouting for.